As you promised me that I was more than all the miles combined, you must have had yourself a change of heart like halfway through the drive, because your voice trailed off exactly as you passed my exit sign. Kept on dreaming each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks on one.
Hey guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Stick Season by Noah Kahan, which is a great acoustic track. In this lesson, I'll be using the Lava Me 4 Spruce. If you want to find out more about it, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Now for the basics of this song, you'll just need a guitar and standard tuning, you won't need a capo. If you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook, or if you want to improve in guitar in general, then check out GZ2H Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. Alright, let's jump into the lesson. Alright, so at its core, the song is fairly simple because this is based off of 4 chord shapes. But there are a few things to consider, like a finger picking pattern at the start of the song, and there's a couple of structural variations throughout the song, but I'll get to those later. Let's start off with the intro, and we're just going to start with an A chord. Now there's a few different ways you can play an A chord. I'll be playing my A chord with my middle, ring, and pinky fingers all on the 2nd fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. But you could play it with your index, middle, and ring finger, or you could even just bar your index finger across the 2nd frets of those strings. It's completely up to you. I'll be using these 3 fingers. Now for our finger picking basics, your thumb will take over the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings, and your index and middle finger will take care of the 3rd and 2nd strings respectively. Ideally, they won't pluck any other strings other than the ones they've been assigned to. So let's take a look at the picking pattern that we're going to use. We're going to start off with the root note of whatever chord we're playing. So for the A chord, it's an open 5th string. And then we're going to pinch the 4th and 2nd at the same time. And then we have a quick 4-note run after that, which is 4th, 3rd, 4th, 2nd. So we put all that together, those 3 little segments, and the main picking pattern will sound like this. Now we play that 3 times for the intro and then just end with 1 more bass note and then mute. So all together. I just played at a slow speed then. In the actual recording, it's quite fast. So I would suggest practicing it slow, getting your fingers used to that pattern, and then building up in speed. So it should sound like this. If you find this finger picking too difficult, you can just skip it. I'll be teaching the basic strummed chords after I finish with the finger picking. Okay, so that's the intro out of the way. Next, let's move on to the verse, which has 4 lines of tab. So the first line of tab is just that A chord again, but we're going to play it for 4 picking patterns. Now for this final picking pattern, the last note that we play, the 2nd string, you can start transitioning to the next chord, which is our E major at that point. So it's okay to sort of lift your fretting fingers and hit the open 2nd string for that last picking pattern, which will sound like this. And as you do that, you move to your E major chord, which looks like this. So middle and ring finger on the 2nd frets of the 5th and 4th, index on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. Now we're going to play 4 picking patterns for this chord as well. The picking pattern is identical, except the root note now is the open 6th string. So open 6th string, pinch of the 4th and 2nd, and then 4th, 3rd, 4th, 2nd. We played that through 4 times. Now for the 4th time, we're going to actually leave out that last note, which is the 2nd string. We'll just finish up on that 4th string, which sounds like this for the last picking pattern. But altogether, the 2nd line tab. Our next chord is an F sharp minor, so we have our index finger barring across the whole 2nd fret and ring and pinky fingers on the 4th frets of the 5th and 4th string. Now we're going to be plucking the exact same picking pattern that we had for the 2nd line of tab, or for the E major, and that will sound like this. For our 4th and final line of tab, we go to a D chord. Now, the root note here for the D chord is the open 4th string, but our picking pattern doesn't change. We start with the root note, pinch the 4th and 2nd, and then we pluck 4th, 3rd, 4th, 2nd. So we play through 4 picking patterns of that for the D. Now for the final picking pattern, as we transition back to an A chord, again, you can lift your fingers and hit an open 2nd string there on the last pluck. So the final line of tab. put that all together, and the first half of verse 1 sounds like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. That was played at a much slower speed than original recording as well. So again, I do suggest practicing it slow and then building your way up to the actual speed incrementally. All right, so if that finger picking was too difficult for you, here's the main chord progression that gets basically played through the entire song. There are some exceptions to this, but I will be working through them. So the main chord progression is our A chord, our E chord, our F sharp minor chord. Now, if this F sharp minor is too difficult for you, then you can really just focus on just getting the top 2 or 3 strings of this F sharp. Even if your 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings are muted, with your index finger here lightly touching those strings, that alone is still going to get you 70 to 80% of the sound of the full F sharp minor. So just really focus on those top 3 strings. And then D chord. Now, for our strumming pattern, we have something that goes like this. Down, down, up, up. And in succession, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. We're going to be playing each chord for 4 strumming patterns. So the main chord progression, which you can use as a substitute for the finger-picked intro, will sound like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... That's the main chord progression. There is one major variation to this, which occurs in the second half of the choruses and also in the bridge. And the only thing that changes is that in the last line of chords, we play the D for 2 strumming patterns, and then we go back to an E for 2 strumming patterns. So the chord progression variation will sound like this. Those are the main parts of the song. Now I'll just run through some of the minor variations that you'll need to consider if you want to play through with the original recording. The first variation occurs in the second half of verse 1 with our main chord progression. So when we get to the D, we're going to play this D actually for 2 strumming patterns and then 1 final D and hold it. So the final line of chords for the second half of verse 1. And then we get into chorus 1. So the first half of chorus 1 and the first half of chorus 3, we have that 4-chord chord progression, but we are no longer playing a strumming pattern. We're just hitting the chord, ringing it out. Same with the E, same with the F sharp minor. And when we go to the D, we're going to strum it for the first bar and hold it out for 1 bar. And for the second bar, we're then going to come back in with the strumming pattern and play that twice. So the first part of chorus 1 and chorus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get to the second part of the chorus, which is our variation we learned earlier. The next little thing that we need to learn is the break. The break is just the A chord played for 3 strumming patterns plus 1 single down strum and mute. So the last thing we need to learn is the outro, which is just a couple of chords tacked onto the end. It's just the E chord strummed for 2 more strumming patterns, and then we end the song on an A. So that's really nice and easy. Of course, all these variations will be demonstrated in the playthrough coming up. Again, if the finger picking is too difficult for you at the start of the first verse, you can just play those 4 chords with 4 strumming patterns each. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song, and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. A big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his awesome vocals. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
As you promised me that I was more than all the miles combined, you must have had yourself a change of heart like halfway through the drive. Because your voice trailed off exactly as you passed my exit sign. Kept on driving straight and left our future to the right. Now I am stuck between my anger and the blame that I can't face in memories. Something even smoking weed is not a place that I am terrified of weather. Guess I see when it rains. Doc told me to travel, but there's COVID on the plains. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas. And I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks on one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do. So I thought that if I piled something good on all my bed, that I could cancel out the darkness I inherited from dead. No, I'm no longer funny, cause I miss the way you laugh. You once called me forever, now you still can't call me back. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas. And I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks on one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do. Oh, that'll have to do. My other half was you. I hope this pain's just passing through, but I doubt it. And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas. And I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks on one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do, have to do.
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitar0tohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.